T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978.
Yay.
Right now I'm finally reviewing Unique Toys Alan. You notice it's supposed to be G1 Springer. He did not come with that on his body out of packaging, but somebody placed it there. This was given to me by Matt the Bot Supplier. I hope you guys can't hear this helicopter that's been flying around all night, but that will be really good if it's still there when I get to helicopter mode. I won't have to make the sounds. Anyway, Matt the Bot Supplier gave this to me. I cannot for the life of me remember why, and I remember doing an unboxing for this. I remember sitting there filming it, but I can't find that video. I must not have put his name in the metadata. But this is a good toy. Look at it. Look at these details. That looks nice. Especially in like a static pose right here. Now, my only issues with him, like, he is masterpiece scale, but the design choices are how they decided to make him. I guess if that'll work for you, because I guess he was bigger than Harada, I guess. Depending on the episode. Yeah, here's MP36. So as you can see, he's a big boy. Let me lower this to... Yeah. So, Megatron and him are roughly about the same size. But anywho, although this guy is masterpiece scale, roughly, he is lacking in certain areas that make him not so much masterpiece. It's almost like, the best way for me to describe this dude is, it feels like if during Transformers Classics, they decided, let's make a leader class Classics figure, and let's make him very G1 accurate. And then they decided to scrap that idea because they didn't want to risk making a leader class Classics figure. But then somehow Unique Toys got that schematic, and they decided to go along with it and put diecast on them. Only thing diecast that I know of are the feet. This feels like, well, the shell is definitely diecast painted yellow. He doesn't have any other diecast, and the rest of his body is mostly unpainted plastic, but he does have paint in certain areas, like right there, the yellow right there, this gunmetal right there, that paint right there, with the fake pistons on the back of his arm, and little yellow and black accents here or there. So it's not completely, he's colored everywhere. It's like no place stays one color. So let me not complain about the paint work. It's painted as much as a Classics figure would be painted. So it's like you don't have to go far without seeing different details. But the main thing that makes me think Classics or 2006 when I mess with this is the articulation. Arm goes out like that. It's on that little hinge. So yeah, depending on how you have his arm, that looks weird, but he has nice strong ratchets right there, ratchets right there. This is a problem that doesn't stay pegged. Like, yeah, bicep swivel in the elbow is only single jointed, and it's one of those joints that's sort of like Zeta Toys combiners, where it bends. Since it bends at an awkward angle, it pretty much covers his bicep, and it almost makes it look like he doesn't have an elbow. So yeah, there's that. This swivels, and the hand opens up masterpiece style with the index finger pointing like that. So that's, it seems like if they took this from an old design, they did have to update his hands to be like masterpiece aesthetic. The face is also Classics looking. That's definitely a retro Classic sculpt right there, where it's almost the same as a G1 toy. His head is big. Depending on the episode, he looked like this, or he looked like what Fans Toys version looks like. I don't have that one. This part of his helmet is a darker color, so that's actually painted as well. Like there's a light shading around that, but it's on the ball joint so it can tilt, and then the neck can look back. Look forward is like 2 hinges up in there, so you can do all that type of craziness. He has a waist, and my main thing that kills me, besides the elbows not being double jointed, that would have been awesome, is this. Legs kick forward that much. They didn't design a crotch skirt. This goes like that. Thigh rotation. And the crazy thing about that is this. Look at that. They should have just designed the front like this. So if you were good at customizing, I guess you could cut all this excess out, or I don't know how much it would hinder the transformation, because you don't have to rotate this to transform it. So let's see, right here, that's pretty much out of the way. I don't know if you would be able to swap his legs around and make this the front of his legs, because he can kick straight forward if you do that, oddly enough. So yeah, I don't know if somebody else already fixed that. This guy is old, but that's what his knee bends like. The knee joint is pretty much like the elbow joint, where it's at a weird freaking angle. But he does have good ankle pivot, and the foot actually can rock forward. It does not hinge back, and the individual toe also rotates. So you can get him into a freaking decent pose if you want. So there's no problem with that. Like, Matt thought I wasn't going to like him too much, but I was shocked at how much I like him. I mean, it is still a good figure. The quality of the plastic is awesome. In certain areas are better than others. All the plastic feel nice and sturdy. It is like really good feeling. And it is heavy, even though this is the only die cast that I believe that's in this thing. It feels like it's die cast throughout the whole body, just from these little pieces. But yeah, can't complain too much. It's nice, it's sturdy, it's good. Now for the part of the video that's always fun and always going to make sure that this video is over 20 minutes. Transformation, and he is a triple changer. What you want to do is open the hands up, get this gun out. That came out easier than earlier today. Unpeg, they peg in just like normal Masterpiece, but basically split that, split this, get them as far away as possible and rotate. Put that like that. The gun, this peg just does that. All right. The head, rotate this way, grab this hinge, and bring it out like that. So it can be looking at itself weird like this. These, I believe, do this. And unpeg this from here. It pegs into a little hole right there. Rotate this around. Don't shut that just yet. While that's still in this position now, you can grab the hand. This part is difficult and it makes me scared, I'm not gonna lie. There we go. You know what? I see what I'm doing wrong. Like certain things, when I mention the plastic, I'm putting like scuff marks or wear marks on certain plastics while I transform it. But rotate this out and shut this back together. And now we can close this. It doesn't lock or anything, but there you are with that. We're gonna leave that like this until I remember how I'm really supposed to have it. So basically, unpeg this, get the arm into this position, and then it seemed like, yeah, that opens up easier. So shut that, rotate this, and close that. Flip this around and shut it on that. Now this back is weird. We can bring this out, kind of detach that from here, detach this right here, get this off of there, and now we can kind of rock things up while lifting this up. Rock it back into that orientation. Take this hinge and push it down in here. Take this bit, bring it here. You might have to fix this up later because this does not attach to that super duper secure. But the arms need to go like this. This needs to be in this orientation with that peg up. This needs to rotate like that with the blue part right here. So same thing. So make sure this is flat up against this panel because it does bend like this, but make sure it's flattened up against that panel. Then we can rotate this, rotate that like that. All right. And you know what I should have did? Frick. You know what? I typically would film all this over again, but I'm not. Don't shut this just yet because we need to be able to bend that. So we can put this into this orientation. We can lift this up right here. We can bring this back down, making sure these are under there. And now we can bring this down and these pegs go into these things right there. And they cover these yellow bits. All right, now we can bring this back down so that'll stop moving. The fun part, the freaking legs. I hate them. But basically, the best thing you need to do or want to do is unpeg this so that this stuff can dangle around. Now, before we forget, we can bring this out right here, bring it like that. Take this, lift that off, rotate this around like this, peg that into place and bring it basically like that. Let's just do this side. Get that going already. Bring this out, lift this around, bring it like that. Lift this part of the foot up. And with both of these up like this, we can rotate this around, bring that down, and rotate that there. Leave this right there. You're gonna have to fix it up later. But now the whole thigh needs to bend this way. Unpeg this. Unpeg this wing right there. Start unpegging all of this to bring it out a little bit. Rotate this up this way. Now we need to bring the wheel in like this. We can shut all of this back up. Even this wing, shut that back up and rotate this out. Now this will be confusing if you're trying to figure this out without the instructions because this does not clip into anything. But basically we have that how it needs to be. So let's do that over here. Rotate the thigh out so that the screws are facing you. unpeg this. Oh yeah, we can go ahead and rotate this around. Once you can rotate this panel around once you get all of this stuff out of the way. So let's rotate this up here out the way. Start unpegging this stuff right here. And this wing, so that we can rotate this like this. Get the wheel over here like this. Clip all of this back together like it was in robot mode, basically. Rotate this around, and now we can tab this back together, this stuff back here together, and put these panels, there's a tab right here, into the crotch. Once you get that in there, I had to cut that out. That was driving me nuts. We can tab these wings up underneath of this thing right here. So smash that onto the wings. That'll keep that into place. Alright. Like I said, this will keep unpegging itself. We can go ahead and move this cockpit right there. And now we just need to align this up. Move this forward until that goes under here, and the front tabs go into the front end of the vehicle. Shut that up. Lift. If this hinge is bent up, make sure the hinge is up here. It's a tab right there and a tab right there. Put that into place. Squeeze everything. Make sure the wheels are straight. Make sure this stuff is still tabbed up here. Come on, you. The camera stopped recording. Now here he is in his little armored car mode. Yeah, this stuff looks weird. You can put this how you want. I'm gonna leave it up like that. But yeah, it's a Cybertronian weird space vehicle. I'm not sure how accurate it is to the movie or cartoon, but yeah. My main complaint in this mode, these things right here, they do not tab into anything, and it doesn't like click down or anything, so they constantly move. I don't like that. The wheels, you don't have to worry about it too much because it definitely rolls. Here's MP10. He's like bigger than friggin' MP10 in this mode right here. So you can take this gun if you want. Put it right here. I don't know if there's any type of slick storage for this. I mean, there is still that tab that he holds for robot mode. But yeah. If you keep it in sword mode, it can attach up here. I don't think there's like no other slick way to have this attached, but there you go with that. This opens up. I was able to get 2 Diaclone dudes in there. Just use your imagination. I was able to do that. It's too small for somebody like Spike that comes with MP10. Oh yeah, cool. Now for helicopter mode. We need to detach all this stuff. Kinda hinge it out a bit to get ready. Come on, you. Actually, it's gonna end up having to clip back onto that, but we need to actually detach this. Attach this stuff so we can get access to this right here. So bring that out, rotate these this way, While we're here, go ahead and bring the wheels in. We can actually, at some point, was probably supposed to do that. So it won't be trouble. Get this little landing gear thing out. Shut this. And push these down. Getting these back up was a nightmare, so just be warned. Shut that together. Now, back here, we need to detach this again so we can get access to do this. And we need to swing this down into this orientation. Plug that back together. Bring these out while you're down there. Now we can bring this down and repurpose that to plug into these pegs now. Bring this up here, and down here we need to open this up. Get this landing gear down. Rotate this piece. Like, looking at this, you won't even be able to tell, but we need to flip this out. It looks like it's attached to that permanently, but it's not, because this tab keeps that secure. We need to put the landing gear out because the tire needs to go there. And now grabbing these little bits. If you don't have fingernails, make sure you have a spudger or a little flathead. Pull those out. Let's do that on both sides. Bring that up. Bring this down. Unpeg this. Bring that into that orientation. And open this up. No, yeah, this is painted because this is yellow plastic. So now we bring this back like it was in robot mode. And here's the tough part. This extends. There is a little tiny, how can I sign this? There's a peg right there that needs to go into a groove right here. Meanwhile, this needs to peg into that. So I guess and you gotta tab that right into there. So doing all of that at once is a nightmare. The toughest part is getting the one up into this little slot up here. But here, do that first, I guess, and then tab this. And now we should be able to get this into there. Woo! Yay. This probably moved out of the way. Elongate that. Kind of push this back into the robot orientation. Get this peg up into here. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Now this one went in by itself, and right here you can hold that and tab that. These things fly everywhere to finish off the look. We can take this in whichever orientation you want. I'm going to, yeah, it doesn't matter. I thought I saw screws, but basically here you are with this. Just as good as the, well, I would say better than the the armored car. So I guess the armored car is the mode that had to suffer the most. But yeah, here we are with this. It's big, substantial, and isn't it crazy how third-party toys are cheaper than official ones? But this did have a big trailer in its defense, but wait till MP44 comes out. This guy you could have got for cheap, because once they started coming out with all them different springers, this was on the short list because of its design aesthetics. But transformation isn't crazy. I hope y'all were able to follow it. It's heavy, substantial. This mode is very good. My main problem in both modes is this floppy bit right there. But it pulls it off. This also, like I mentioned, doesn't stay attached too securely. So if you bump that hard enough, it'll just keep coming loose. But as you can see, it stays. With the way this is designed, I'm shocked that there's no button. This feels super retro and old school. So I'm shocked that there's no button that makes this rotate. But you can swing it freely in whatever direction you want. And looking at the gun, well, let me see if it can fit here. Yeah, I can get the gun there, so yay. Cool. Options. Peg hole right there, peg hole right there, and the one under there. It might be somewhere else you can put it. And oh boy, there was one more step. That I didn't even know that was a step, and it didn't bug me. I watched Bobby Skullface for transformation help. Isn't that crazy? But I watched him because he's one of the only people that had it from robot to vehicle mode. You want to know the most annoying part? This is a step you have to do like way before you do anything, because I had to transform basically the whole, I had to untransform all of this to get access. But basically what you're supposed to do is rotate it this way, because this little peg gets in the way. Lift it up, flip it around, and then it fits into that cavity. Good luck getting that back out. Make sure you have a small little flathead screwdriver or a sturdy spudger. But basically, let me see if I can do this. It just sets off this tail end right there and makes that look all angular like it's supposed to. So there's that, and you can still do this. Good luck getting that without untransforming everything, but basically you get the drift. I said my opinions on all three modes while I was there, so there's no need for me to do a final opinion. If you actually like the way this guy looks, that's the biggest problem with him, go for it, because you could probably find them for cheap. I hate that this thing is not fully transformed right now while I'm doing the outro basically, but yeah, it's a good toy. I can't rag on it too much. I wish the articulation was better in robot mode and the other things that I mentioned. So you got the drift basically from watching this. Thank you for watching this up until this point. I super appreciate you. Thank you, Matt the Bot Supplier, for supplying this to me for whatever reason you supplied this to me for. It could have been because I made some type of milestone, or just because he's nice. I don't know. Thank you anyway. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description. Click the videos. Click the fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these